Hello there, and welcome back to the Sleepy Facts. Tonight, we are going to drift away from the noise of the world and into the deepest, quietest corners of the cosmos. We are going to explore the mysteries of black holes. Often, we imagine these cosmic giants as violent or scary. But if you look at them through the eyes of science, they are simply the universe's way of resting, of pausing, of gathering everything back into a silent, peaceful embrace. So, find a comfortable position, let the worries of the day float away like stardust, and allow your breathing to slow down. We are about to begin our journey into the dark. To understand a black hole, we must first make peace with the dark. In our daily lives, we are often afraid of the dark, but in space, darkness is not something to fear. It is a canvas, a place of rest. Light is busy, traveling endlessly, bouncing off surfaces, carrying energy and heat. But darkness is calm. It is still. A black hole is the ultimate expression of this stillness. Imagine the darkest night you have ever known, a sky so deep and black that it feels like a heavy, velvet blanket wrapping around the world. Now, imagine a place within that blackness where even time decides to take a pause. That is a black hole. It is not a hole in the sense of something missing. Rather, it is a place where so much is gathered together that reality simply bends to make room for it. Think of space not as an empty box, but as a vast, invisible ocean. In this ocean, stars and planets float like ships. Usually, this ocean is calm, and everything floats along gently. But sometimes, something happens in the center of a ship, or a star, that becomes too heavy for the ocean to hold up. This is where the magic of a black hole begins. It starts with gravity. You know gravity as the force that keeps your feet on the ground, a gentle tug that holds you close to the earth. But gravity is actually a very soft and persistent listener. It listens to everything that has mass, and it whispers, "Come closer." The more mass something has, the louder that whisper becomes. In a black hole, that whisper has turned into a deep, resonant song that the entire universe must listen to. We usually think of space as flat, like a sheet of paper. But if you place a heavy bowling ball in the center of that sheet, it will create a dip, a curve. Now, imagine that bowling ball is not just heavy, but heavy beyond anything we can imagine. The curve it creates becomes so deep that it turns into a funnel. A black hole is like that funnel, a valley in the fabric of space and time that is so steep that nothing, not even light, can climb back out once it falls in. This might sound intense, but imagine the peace of falling into a valley where all the noise from the world above cannot reach you. You are just falling, gently and endlessly, into a quiet center. Let us talk about the edge of this valley, the place where the journey truly begins. It is called the event horizon. The name sounds dramatic, almost like a cliff edge, but really, it is much softer than that. Think of the event horizon as the surface of a calm, dark lake. If you are in a boat floating on that lake, you are on the outside. The water looks smooth and still. But the moment you touch the water, you are part of the lake. There is no splashing, no struggle. You just merge. The event horizon is the boundary where the universe's rules change. It is the point of no return, not because it is a wall, but because the path forward is the only path left. It is the place where there, and here, become the same thing. One of the most relaxing aspects of a black hole is how it treats time. We live our lives by the clock, rushing from one moment to the next. But near a black hole, time stretches. Imagine time as a piece of elastic. Near you, it is tight and short, ticking away quickly. But as you get closer to a black hole, that elastic stretches out. If you were to watch a clock falling into a black hole from a safe distance, you would see the hands on the clock move slower and slower. Second by second, they would creep, freezing at the very edge. To the person falling with that clock, time would feel normal. They would still breathe and think in their own rhythm. But to the universe watching from outside, they have become a statue, frozen in a moment of perfect stillness. It is as if the black hole preserves moments forever, trapping them in amber on its boundary. This warping of time tells us something beautiful about the universe. Time is not a rigid master. It is flexible. It can bend. Near a black hole, the frantic rush of seconds slows down to a gentle crawl. It is a reminder that even the most persistent things in our lives can soften. If gravity can stretch time itself, then surely, the pressures you feel can stretch and release too. Imagine yourself near that edge. The chaos of the day, the noise of the world, it all slows down. It becomes manageable. You are floating in a place where a second is as long as you need it to be. Let us explore the silence of a black hole. We often think of space as noisy, full of explosions and collisions. But sound needs something to travel through, like air or water. Space is a vacuum, mostly empty, so it is silent. A black hole is the deepest part of that silence. It is the quietest place in existence. It is so dense and heavy that it traps everything that comes near, including noise. It absorbs the shouts of the universe and turns them into whispers, and then into silence. Imagine standing in a room so quiet that you can hear your own heartbeat. Now multiply that silence by 1,000,000. That is the neighborhood of a black hole. It is a place of profound auditory peace. It does not hum. It does not buzz. It simply is. This absorption is not destructive, it is restorative. Just as the earth absorbs rain into the ground, giving life to plants, a black hole absorbs light and matter into its depths. We cannot see inside it, so we imagine its heart as a place of infinite density, called the singularity. The singularity is difficult to picture, but you can try to imagine it as a point where all the what-ifs and maybes come together. It is a place where our understanding of physics softens and melts. It is the ultimate knot in the fabric of reality. Trying to understand the singularity is like trying to see the back of your own head without a mirror. You know it is there, you know it is part of you, but you can never quite look at it directly. But we do not need to see the center to appreciate the calm around it. The event horizon, the stretching of time, the bending of light, these are the visible signs of the black hole's grace. Light, usually so straight and true, learns to curve near a black hole. Imagine a beam of light as a straight golden wire stretched across the universe. But when it passes near a black hole, that wire bends. It arcs. It dances. This effect, called gravitational lensing, means that a black hole can act like a giant cosmic lens, bending the light from stars behind it. If you were looking at a black hole, you might see a circle of distorted stars, a halo of light warped by the gravity. It looks like a ring of fire around a dark core. It is a visual reminder that everything in the universe is connected. Light from a star billions of years old reaches your eye only because a black hole bent its path. Imagine this connection. A photon, a tiny packet of light, sets off on a journey across the galaxy. It travels for thousands of years, passing comets, dust clouds, and planets. It gets tired. It gets dim. Then, it feels the gentle tug of a black hole. It doesn't crash. It doesn't die. It just changes direction. It curves around the heavy shadow and continues its journey, perhaps now aiming straight for a telescope on Earth, or perhaps aiming toward your eyes as you look up at the night sky. That photon's journey was changed by the dark. The invisible guided the visible. It is a silent partnership between light and shadow. Let us sit with the idea of being pulled. Often we resist being pulled. We want to stand our ground, to be stiff and unmoving. But falling is natural. Leaves fall from trees. Rain falls from clouds. Rivers fall into the sea. A black hole is the ultimate destination of this falling. It accepts everything. It does not judge what you are made of. Gas, dust, stars, planets, it welcomes them all equally. In the eyes of a black hole, a diamond is no different than a grain of sand. Both are made of matter. Both have weight. Both are welcome to fall. This is a very relaxing thought. To the universe, everything is just matter. The worries, the stresses, the achievements, they are all just atoms waiting to fall into a deeper rest. As we drift closer to the edge of this understanding, imagine yourself floating in space. You are safe, warm in your spacesuit, looking at this giant dark circle. It is not scary. It is majestic. It is the color of deep velvet, darker than the darkest night you have ever seen. Around it, stars are twinkling, not with a sharp twinkle, but with a soft, slow shimmer because their light is being stretched and pulled. It looks like a painting that is still wet, the colors bleeding into the dark. You feel the gravity of the black hole, not as a violent yank, but as a gentle invitation. It is inviting you to let go. It is inviting you to stop fighting the current and just float. In this state of mind, we can understand the event horizon not as a wall, but as a veil. It separates the universe we know, the one with clocks, deadlines, and noise, from the universe deep inside, where time stops and silence reigns. Crossing the event horizon is not a violent act. You wouldn't feel a bump. You wouldn't hear a sound. If you were to cross it, you wouldn't even know you had crossed until you tried to turn back and realized there was no back anymore. You would just be there. And in that there, everything is one. The separation between you and the black hole, between you and the stars, dissolves. Consider the concept of spaghettification. It is a funny word for a very gentle, yet profound stretching. As you get closer to a black hole, the gravity at your feet is stronger than the gravity at your head. Your feet are being pulled harder than your head. Slowly, gently, you are stretched. You become longer and thinner, like a strand of spaghetti. It sounds painful, but in the vacuum of space, it is just a shape change. It is the universe reshaping you. It is the ultimate yoga pose, stretching every atom in your body, aligning you with the flow of gravity. It is a reminder that we are not fixed. We are flexible. We can be stretched and shaped by the forces around us without breaking. This stretching is part of the black hole's dance. It pulls matter in, stretches it out, and eventually it adds it to the mass of the whole. The black hole grows, not by eating angrily, but by accepting gracefully. Every particle of dust it absorbs becomes part of its story. The atoms that were once in a star are now part of the black hole. The atoms that were once in a cloud are now part of the black hole. It is a library of the universe, storing the history of the galaxy in its dense, quiet heart. We have spent this time drifting around the edge, exploring the darkness and the silence. We have learned that darkness is not evil, but rest. We have learned that time is flexible, capable of slowing down to match our heartbeat. We have learned that light can bend, and that falling is the natural order of things. The black hole is a contradiction. It is the heaviest thing in the universe, yet it feels weightless to watch. It is the darkest thing, yet it is surrounded by the brightest halos of light. It is the destroyer of matter, yet it is the preserver of memory. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize that dark circle against the starry background. It is perfectly round. It is perfectly still. It has no jagged edges, no rough corners. It is smooth. It is the perfect circle of completion. Just as a night's sleep brings an end to the day, a black hole brings an end to the chaos of the galaxy. It is the anchor that keeps the galaxy spinning in a graceful rhythm. Without it, the stars would fly apart, lost in the emptiness of space. The black hole holds them together in a gravitational hug. It is the parent of the galaxy, silent, unseen, but always present. As we float here, watching the light bend and the time slow, feel your own body settling. Feel your own muscles relaxing. You are safe on the edge of this cosmic mystery. You do not need to cross the horizon. You do not need to fall in. You just need to witness it. Just need to know that this deep, quiet peace exists out there, amidst the noise of the stars. It is a lighthouse for the weary, a beacon of silence in a noisy universe. Take a deep breath, and let the image of the black hole fill your mind, A dark, peaceful void where all the strings are cut and all the clocks stop ticking. Let your thoughts drift like the stardust being pulled by gravity. Don't hold on to them. Just watch them drift. Watch them curve. Watch them slow down. The universe is vast, and it is dark, and it is beautiful. And in this vastness, there is a place of absolute calm. You are carrying that calm with you right now, in the rhythm of your breath and the stillness of your mind. Rest here for a while. Float in the gravity of the moment. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing else you need to do. Just drift. We have floated in the stillness of the horizon, watching the light bend and the time slow. But have you ever wondered where this deep darkness comes from? Every story has a beginning, even the story of silence. The black hole was not always dark. Once, long ago, it was the brightest thing in the sky. It was a star. To understand the peace of the void, we must first understand the life of the star. It is a cycle of burning, resting, and finally, letting go. Imagine a candle burning on a quiet night. It glows, it flickers, and eventually, the wax melts away. A star is just a very large, very slow candle. It burns for billions of years, shedding light and warmth across the cold universe. The life of a star is a lesson in balance. For millions of years, a star is in a state of perfect equilibrium. Think of it like a deep, steady breath. Gravity wants to pull everything inward, to squeeze the star into a tiny point. But the star fights back. The fire inside it pushes outward. The heat creates pressure. It is a gentle, invisible push, like a hand holding up a heavy blanket. For most of its life, the star is comfortable. Gravity pulls in, the fire pushes out. Neither wins. The star exists in this happy tension, shining steadily, bathing its planets in light. It is a time of stability, a long, peaceful summer in the cosmos. During this time, the star is a parent, nurturing the worlds around it, giving them the energy they need to maybe, one day, support life. But all things change, and the fuel of a star is not infinite. Just as a fire dies down when the wood runs out, a star runs out of fuel. This is not a tragedy, it is a natural part of the cycle. The star begins to tire. The outward push starts to weaken. Gravity, which has been waiting patiently for billions of years, begins to win. It starts to pull the star inward. This is the beginning of the end, but it is also the beginning of something new. The star starts to shrink. It gets smaller and smaller, pulling its heavy arms closer to its chest. Imagine a person pulling a heavy coat tight around themselves when the wind blows. The star is pulling itself in. For smaller stars, like our Sun, this ending is gentle. They swell up into a red giant, breathing out their outer layers like a soft sigh, leaving behind a small, dense core called a white dwarf. It is a hot, heavy ember that will slowly cool down over trillions of years. It is a peaceful retirement. But for the largest stars, the giants of the galaxy, the ending is more dramatic. When they run out of fuel, gravity doesn't just pull, it collapses. The core of the star, a ball of iron as heavy as a planet, falls inward in a fraction of a second. It falls so fast that it creates a shockwave. This is the moment we call a supernova. Often, we imagine a supernova as a violent, angry explosion. And while it is powerful, if we look at it through the lens of relaxation, we see it differently. It is a release. Imagine holding your breath for too long, until your lungs ache, and then finally letting it out in a rush. That is a supernova. The star is shedding its skin. It is releasing all the elements it created, carbon, oxygen, gold, back into the universe. It is a final, generous act of giving. The star explodes outward, creating a colorful cloud of gas and dust, glowing with 1,000 colors. This cloud, called a nebula, is beautiful. It is the nursery for new stars. The death of one star creates the seeds for the next. It is the circle of life, painted on a canvas of light. But what happens to the heart of the star? While the outer layers fly off into space, the core continues to fall. It keeps shrinking. If the core is heavy enough, nothing can stop it. It shrinks past the size of Earth. It shrinks past the size of a city. It shrinks past the size of a pinhead. It keeps falling, collapsing into a point of infinite density. There is no force left to push back. The electrons and protons are crushed together. The laws of physics, as we know them, surrender. And in that moment, the star vanishes from the visible world. It becomes a black hole. The bright candle has gone out, leaving behind a dark spot where the flame used to be. This is not a scary death. It is a transformation. The star has traded its light for gravity. It has become the anchor of the galaxy. This newly born black hole is quiet. It sits in the center of the colorful cloud it just created. Imagine a dark stone sitting in the middle of a swirling fog. It is still. It is at peace. The explosion has passed, and now the silence begins. This black hole is now ready for its long life. It will live for trillions of years, far longer than it ever lived as a star. It has entered a state of deep, cosmic meditation. Let us look at the different sizes of these dark wanderers. Not all black holes are the same. There are the stellar black holes, the ones born from dying stars. They are relatively small, maybe 10 or 20 times the mass of our Sun, but squeezed into a point the size of a city. They are like smooth, heavy pebbles scattered throughout the galaxy. Then, there are the supermassive black holes. These are the giants. They live in the centers of galaxies. Our own Milky Way has one called Sagittarius A star. It is millions of times the mass of the Sun. These giants were not born from a single star. They grew slowly over time, eating dust, gas, and other black holes, merging together like drops of water in a pond. Imagine the supermassive black hole at the center of a galaxy. It is the king of silence. Millions of stars orbit it, dancing around it in a slow, graceful circle. They are not afraid of it. They respect it. They revolve around it like bees around a hive. The black hole holds the galaxy together with its gentle, invisible hand. Without it, the galaxy would fly apart. It is the anchor. It is the calm center around which the chaos of the galaxy spins. It is heavy, it is dark, and it is ancient. It has been there since the early days of the universe, watching stars be born and die, watching galaxies collide and merge. It is the silent observer of history. How does a black hole grow? It grows by eating, but it does not eat like we do. It does not chew or swallow. It simply invites matter in. Imagine a slow river of gas and dust drifting through space. When it gets close to a black hole, it doesn't fall straight in. It starts to spin. This spinning matter forms a flat, round shape around the black hole, like a record on a turntable. This is called an accretion disk. It is the only part of the black hole we can truly see. Though we don't see the hole itself, we see the ring of light around it. The accretion disk is a beautiful thing. Imagine the matter in this disk as tiny grains of sand. They are rubbing against each other, bumping and sliding as they orbit. This friction creates heat. The disk gets hotter and hotter, glowing with a soft light. It turns from red to orange, to white to blue. It shines brightly, brighter than the stars around it. But the black hole itself remains dark in the center, a void in the middle of the glow. It is like the pupil of an eye, surrounded by the colorful iris of the disk. This process of matter falling in is slow. It is not a chaotic tumble. It is a spiral descent. The matter takes its time. It circles the black hole millions of times before finally crossing the horizon. It is like a leaf spiraling down a drain, taking a long, slow path to the bottom. This feeding process is a form of cosmic digestion. The black hole consumes the energy of the disk and grows heavier. The energy is released as light and heat, escaping into space before the matter falls in. This means that a black hole, while dark, is actually responsible for some of the brightest objects in the universe. They are called quasars. A quasar is a supermassive black hole with a very hungry appetite. It is eating so much gas that its accretion disk is incredibly bright, outshining the entire galaxy it lives in. But remember, this brightness is just the dust glowing before it falls. The hole itself remains dark. It is the engine, hidden inside the casing of light. Think of the silence inside the black hole while the disk spins violently outside. Inside the horizon, everything is quiet, orderly, falling inward. Outside in the disk, everything is chaotic, hot, and fast. The black hole is the eye of the cosmic hurricane. No matter how fast the storm spins, the center is always calm. This is a beautiful metaphor for our own lives. Sometimes, our surroundings feel chaotic, noisy, and overwhelming. But we can access that quiet center inside ourselves. We can be like the black hole, unaffected by the spinning storms around us, grounded in our own gravity, resting in our own darkness. Black holes can also merge. Sometimes, two black holes find each other in the dark expanse of space. They begin to dance. They circle each other, spiraling closer and closer. This is a dance that takes millions of years. It is a slow waltz of gravity. As they get closer, they distort space and time around them, sending out ripples like waves in a pond. These ripples are called gravitational waves. Imagine two dancers spinning so fast that they make the floor shake. That is what gravitational waves are, shivers in the fabric of space. They travel across the universe, passing through stars and planets, stretching and squeezing everything slightly as they pass. Eventually, the two black holes touch. They merge into one larger black hole. The dance is over. The two have become one. They have found a new, deeper peace. This merging tells us that black holes are not lonely. They find partners. They combine their strengths. The universe is a vast place, but even in the darkness, connections are made. Gravity finds a way. We have spoken of the birth, the growth, and the merging. But what of the end? Will black holes last forever? Currently, we believe that even a black hole will eventually fade. There is a theoretical process called Hawking radiation, named after the physicist Stephen Hawking. It suggests that black holes are not perfectly black. They glow, very faintly, emitting tiny particles of energy. This is quantum mechanics at work near the horizon. Imagine the black hole evaporating like a puddle in the sun, but infinitely slower. Over trillions and trillions of years, a black hole will lose its mass one particle at a time until finally, it vanishes in a tiny puff of light. It is a humbling thought. Even the heaviest, darkest, most permanent things in the universe are temporary. They, too, will return to the void from which they came. It means that everything in the universe is part of a great cycle. Stars are born, shine, die, and become black holes. Black holes grow, merge, and eventually evaporate. The matter they held is released back into the universe to start the cycle again. Nothing is truly wasted. Nothing is truly lost. It just changes form. As we sit here, thinking about the life cycle of a black hole, realize that you are part of this story too. The atoms in your body were forged in the heart of a star, perhaps one that died long ago. You are the stardust that survived. You are the matter that was blown out into the universe. You are connected to these giants of the cosmos by the very elements that make you up. When you look at the night sky, you are looking at your own history. The darkness between the stars is not empty. It is full of potential, full of the remains of ancient fires, full of the silent whispers of gravity. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize a supermassive black hole. See it in your mind not as a monster, but as a heavy, comforting anchor. Feel the weight of it. Feel how it holds the galaxy together. Imagine the accretion disk spinning around it, a river of light flowing into a dark ocean. The light is bright, but the ocean is still. Dive into that ocean in your mind. Sink into the dark. Let the gravity pull you down, down, down into a state of deep relaxation. Let your thoughts merge together like the merging black holes, becoming simpler, quieter, calmer. You are safe here. The universe is vast and old, and it knows how to rest. It knows how to let go. The stars burn, then they rest. The black holes collect, then they fade. There is a rhythm to existence that is beyond our worries and our schedules. It is the rhythm of the cosmos. Slow, deep, eternal. Tune into that rhythm. Let your heart beat with the pulse of the galaxy. Slow and steady. In and out. Expansion and contraction. Light and dark. It is all one. We have witnessed the birth of the giant and the slow dance of its life. We have seen how it eats, how it grows, and how it eventually fades. But there is still more to explore. The black hole has secrets hidden deep within its core that challenge our understanding of reality itself. In our next journey, we will venture even closer to the edge of the impossible. We will explore the strangeness that lies inside the singularity and the mysteries of time and space that twist around it. For now, just drift. Float in the space between the stars, wrapped in the gravity of the moment. There is no need to move, no need to think. Just be. We have traced the life of the black hole, from its birth in the fiery heart of a dying star to its slow, silent growth in the dark. We have watched it eat light and bend time. But the deeper we look into the darkness, the stranger the universe becomes. Beyond the light, beyond the gravity, there are ideas that challenge our imagination. Tonight, let us drift into the realm of the impossible and see if, perhaps, it might just be possible. We are going to explore tunnels through time and the memory of the cosmos. Let us begin with a simple question. If space can be bent by gravity, can it be folded? Imagine holding a long piece of fabric in your hands. If you want to get from one end to the other, you have to slide your hand all the way along the surface. But if you fold the fabric, bringing the two ends together, you can simply step across. The distance becomes zero. This is the idea behind a wormhole, sometimes called an Einstein-Rosen bridge. It is a tunnel through the fabric of space-time. Imagine a black hole not as a dead end, but as a door. If you fall in one side, perhaps, just perhaps, you could emerge somewhere else entirely. Now, do not imagine this as a violent journey through a thunderstorm. Imagine it as a gentle slide. A wormhole is a theoretical tunnel connecting two distant points in the universe. Think of it as a secret passage in a giant, cosmic house. The house is the universe, vast and filled with rooms, galaxies. Usually, you have to walk down the hallways to get from one room to another. But a wormhole is like a hole in the wall connecting your bedroom to a kitchen on the other side of the house. You step through, and in an instant you are there. In the mind of a sleepy explorer, this is a comforting thought. It means that no place is truly unreachable. The vast distances that separate us from the stars might be an illusion. If we could fold the fabric of space, the nearest star wouldn't be a journey of thousands of years. It would be just a step away. Black holes might be the hinges on which the universe folds. They are the heavy anchors that pull the fabric together, perhaps creating these bridges in the dark. We cannot see them yet, and we do not know if they are stable, but the idea that the universe contains shortcuts is a lovely one. It suggests a connectedness that goes deeper than we see. Connected to this is the idea of time travel. We have already spoken about how time slows down near a black hole. If you were to hover near the event horizon for a few hours and then fly away, years might have passed on Earth. You would have traveled into the future. This is not science fiction, it is a consequence of gravity's grip on time. But what about traveling to the past? This is where the mystery deepens. Some theories suggest that if you could travel through a wormhole, a bridge through space, you might be able to turn it into a bridge through time as well. Imagine stepping into a tunnel and emerging, not in a distant galaxy, but in the same room, only 10 years ago. You might see the world as it was, perhaps a little dimmer, a little quieter. It sounds like magic, but in the universe, time is not a straight line. It is a river. Most of the time, the river flows in one direction. But near a black hole, the river swirls. It creates eddies and loops. These loops are called closed time-like curves. It sounds complicated, but you can picture it as a circle. If you walk in a straight line, you go forward. If you walk in a circle, you eventually return to where you started. In these exotic regions of space, time might circle back on itself. Think about the comfort of that idea. To be able to revisit a moment. To sit again in a quiet room that no longer exists. To hear a voice that has long since faded. The universe might hold these echoes, these loops, hidden deep in the gravity wells of black holes. It is a dream, a possibility floating in the mathematics of physics. Even if we can never travel there, the fact that the universe allows for such loops in its equations is poetic. It means that the past is not gone. It is just somewhere else, folded away in the dark. As we float in these thoughts of tunnels and loops, we come to one of the biggest puzzles in all of science, the information paradox. To understand this, we have to talk about memory. Everything in the universe is made of information. The arrangement of atoms in a flower, the pattern of neurons in a brain, the shape of a cloud, all of this is information. Physics tells us that information can never truly be destroyed. It is like writing a message in the sand. If a wave comes and washes it away, the message is gone from the sand, but the atoms of the sand, the movement of the water, they all remember the wave. The information is scrambled, but it is still there, spread out in the universe. Now, consider a book. A book holds information in its pages, the story, the words, the characters. If you take that book and throw it into a fire, the paper burns. The words turn to ash. You cannot read the story anymore. But the information, the arrangement of carbon and ink, it is still there in the smoke and the heat. It hasn't vanished from the universe. Now throw that book into a black hole. The book crosses the event horizon. It is gone from our view. And eventually the black hole itself will evaporate via Hawking radiation, turning into nothing. So, where did the information go? This is the paradox. The universe says information cannot be destroyed. The black hole seems to delete it completely. It is the ultimate shredder. But perhaps, the black hole is not destroying the information. Maybe it is just hiding it. Some physicists believe that the information is smeared onto the surface of the event horizon, like a hologram. Imagine a three-dimensional object, like a person, projected onto a flat two-dimensional piece of glass. All the information about the person is in the flat image. The black hole might be the same. The things that fall in might be painted onto the surface of the dark sphere, preserved forever as a flat, ghostly image. And the black hole is the key to understanding this. It implies that even when things are gone from sight, they are not gone from reality. Their essence remains, encoded in the fabric of space. The universe has a perfect memory. Nothing is truly forgotten. Every star that has ever died, every person who has ever lived, every moment that has ever passed, the information is still out there, woven into the quantum structure of the cosmos. Think about this as you lie here. The worries of today, the mistakes of the past, they are not erased, but they are also not traps. They are just information. They are patterns in the fabric of your life. Just as a black hole holds the memory of a star in its gravity, your mind holds the memory of your days. But unlike the black hole, you can let go. You can release the tension while keeping the lesson. The paradox teaches us that destruction is an illusion. Transformation is real. The book burns, but the smoke carries the story. The star dies, but the black hole remembers its mass. Let us drift further into the strangeness. We have talked about folding space and looping time. But what if a black hole is actually a new universe? Some theories suggest that the singularity at the center, the point of infinite density, is not an end, but a beginning. Perhaps our own Big Bang was a white hole, the other end of a black hole in another universe. Imagine a cosmos that is like a bubble. Our bubble floats in a higher dimension. In another bubble, a black hole formed. The matter that fell and punched through the membrane and created our universe. This idea is called the cosmological natural selection. It suggests that universes give birth to other universes through black holes. The laws of physics that are best at making black holes get passed down to the next generation. It means that our universe might be a child of a black hole from a parent universe. And deep inside the black holes in our galaxy, perhaps new universes are being born right now, with their own stars, their own black holes, and their own sleepy scientists wondering about the dark. It is a dizzying thought, a fractal of existence. Russian nesting dolls, one inside the other, going on forever. It makes the black hole feel less like a monster and more like a womb. A place of incubation. A place where new realities are being knit together in the silence. When you look at a black hole, you might be looking at a womb. You might be looking at the origin of everything. It is a reminder that endings are often disguised as beginnings. The night ends, but it gives birth to the morning. The star dies, but it gives birth to the black hole. The black hole fades, but perhaps it gives birth to a new cosmos. Let us bring our minds back to the concept of entropy. Entropy is a measure of disorder. Things tend to get messy over time. Ice melts, coffee cools, buildings crumble. It is the natural direction of the universe, moving from order to disorder. Black holes are fascinating because they are the champions of entropy. They have the maximum possible amount of entropy for their size. They are the ultimate mess. But they are also the ultimate order. They are perfectly smooth, perfectly spherical, perfectly simple. In their chaos, there is a strange kind of perfection. This teaches us to accept the messiness of life. We strive for order, for control, for perfection. But the universe prefers disorder. It prefers the mixed up, the scattered, the random. Black holes show us that even in the highest state of disorder, there can be immense beauty and stability. You do not need to be perfectly ordered to be valuable. You can be a swirling storm of thoughts and feelings, like an accretion disk, and still have a perfect, quiet center at your heart. You can be messy and still be magnificent. We have navigated through tunnels of time, walked on the memory of the event horizon, and pondered the birth of universes. These are not just facts, they are dreams of the cosmos. They are the what-ifs that keep the universe mysterious and exciting. But amidst all this complexity, there is one constant: gravity. Gravity is the hand that writes these stories. It folds the space. It slows the time. It crushes the stars. And it holds you to your bed right now. Gravity is the universe's way of saying, stay. It is a gentle, persistent hug. It tells the planets to stay in their orbits. It tells the galaxies to stay in their clusters. And it tells you to stay grounded, to stay present, to stay connected to the Earth. When you feel anxious or lost, remember gravity. You are here because the Earth wants you here. You are anchored in the fabric of space-time. You are held securely in the arms of the cosmos. Close your eyes and imagine the fabric of the universe stretching out in all directions. See the stars as points of light on a dark sheet. Now, imagine a heavy weight creating a dip in that sheet, a black hole. See the sheet curve down, creating a smooth, deep valley. Now, imagine yourself as a small, glowing particle rolling on that sheet. You are near the black hole, but you are not falling in. You are orbiting it. You are moving in a slow, graceful circle. You are dancing with the dark. You are part of the music of the spheres. In this dance, there is no fear. There is only movement. There is only the rhythm of the cosmos. You are safe. The black hole is not pulling you apart. It is guiding your path. It is the center around which your thoughts revolve, slowly, slowly, slowing down further and further. The frantic pace of the day is gone. The rush is gone. There is only the orbit. Round and round. Peaceful and quiet. As we float in this orbit, let us consider the idea of the multiverse. If black holes are doors to other universes, then there might be countless other realities out there. In one universe, maybe time runs backward. In another, maybe there is no gravity. In another, maybe everything is made of light. It is a kaleidoscope of possibilities. And our universe, with its black holes and its stars, is just one bubble in a vast ocean of bubbles. This makes our problems seem very small. We are just one story among infinite stories. And our black holes are just one type of door among infinite doors. But we do not need to go anywhere else. We have everything we need right here. The universe provides us with a perfect balance of light and dark, noise and silence, action and rest. Black holes represent the rest. They represent the pause. In a universe that is constantly expanding and exploding, the black hole is the moment of stillness. It is the deep breath before the next sentence. It is the silence between the notes of music. Without the silence, the music has no rhythm. Without the dark, the light has no contrast. So honor the darkness. Honor the stillness. Let your mind become a black hole tonight. Let your thoughts fall over the event horizon and disappear into the silence. Do not try to retrieve them. Do not try to solve them. Just let them fall. Watch them spiral down, getting smaller and smaller, until they vanish into the singularity of your sleep. Your mind is the accretion disk, spinning and glowing. Your consciousness is the event horizon, the boundary. Let everything beyond that boundary be peace. We have explored the theoretical edges of reality, wormholes, time loops, information paradoxes, and the birth of universes. These concepts stretch our minds, making us feel small and large at the same time. But ultimately, they all come back to the same place. They all come back to the mystery. The universe is a mystery, and it invites us to wonder, not to worry. It invites us to dream, not to solve. In our next segment, we will look at the evidence. How do we actually see these invisible giants? How do we know they are real? We will explore the telescopes that listen to the silence, and the images that capture the shadow. But for now, stay in this orbit of thought. Stay in this dream of possibilities. There is no rush. The universe has been here for billions of years, and it will be here for billions more. You have time. You have all the time in the world. Drift. Float. Orbit. And let the darkness hold you. We have traveled through tunnels of time and pondered the birth of universes in the quiet corners of our minds. We have let our imagination run wild across the fabric of space-time. But for a very long time, black holes were just ghosts. They were shadows in the equations of physics, predictions that lived only in the minds of mathematicians. No one had ever seen one. No one had ever heard one. They were a beautiful idea, but perhaps just an idea. Tonight, we are going to witness the moment the universe whispered back. We are going to explore how humanity found the courage to look into the dark and finally see the invisible. Our story of observation begins not with a giant telescope, but with a quiet man sitting in a patent office in Switzerland. This was Albert Einstein. It was 1915, and the world was busy with wars and machines. But Einstein was busy with gravity. He wasn't looking at the sky with his eyes. He was looking at it with his mind. He imagined space and time not as a rigid stage where events happen, but as a flexible fabric, a smooth sheet that could bend and stretch. He called this general relativity. Imagine Einstein, alone with his thoughts, tracing the curves of the cosmos on a piece of paper. He realized that what we feel as gravity is just the sensation of moving through a curved space. He did the math, and the math told him something strange. It told him that if you curve space enough, if you squeeze matter tightly enough, you create a pit from which nothing can escape. He had predicted the black hole without ever seeing one. He had seen the dark in his mind's eye. It is a beautiful reminder that sometimes, the most powerful explorations happen not when we look out, but when we look in. The universe is written in the language of mathematics, and Einstein was one of the few who could read it fluently. For decades, black holes remained theoretical ghosts. Astronomers found stars that were spinning around invisible partners, hinting that a heavy dark object was there, pulling on them. But it was all circumstantial. It was like seeing the curtains move in an empty house and guessing that a ghost is inside. We knew something was there, but we couldn't prove it. We needed a direct message. We needed the universe to speak to us. And then, almost 100 years after Einstein's prediction, it happened. The universe whispered. In 2015, a machine called LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, picked up a signal. It wasn't a signal of light or radio waves. It was a ripple in space-time itself. It was a gravitational wave. To understand how peaceful this discovery was, imagine a calm pond. You throw a stone, and ripples spread out across the water. That is what happens in space. When two massive objects move, they create ripples. LIGO was built to feel these ripples. And one day, it felt a shiver. A tiny, gentle squeeze and stretch of space, smaller than the width of a proton. It was a chirp, a sound that lasted less than a second in the detector's ears, but it had traveled for over 1 billion years to reach us. This signal was the song of two black holes dancing. They were spiraling around each other, closer and closer, faster and faster, until they finally merged into one. In that final moment, they released more energy than all the stars in the universe combined, shaking the fabric of space. That shiver traveled across galaxies, past nebulas and stars, through dust and emptiness, eventually reaching the delicate mirrors of LIGO on Earth. We had heard the universe breathe. We had heard the heartbeat of a black hole. Listen to that thought for a moment. 1 billion years ago, two monsters collided in the dark. They shook the universe. That wave traveled silently, invisibly, through the eons, watching civilizations rise and fall on Earth, waiting for the right technology to feel it. It is a connection that spans time. When we detected that wave, we were touching an event from the deep past. It is a reminder that we are not separate from the cosmos. We are part of its rhythm. The ripples that pass through us are the same ripples that pass through ancient worlds. After hearing the black hole, the next natural step was to see it. We wanted a picture. We wanted to look at the eye of the storm. But this is incredibly difficult. Black holes are, by definition, dark. They are small compared to the vast distances of space. Trying to photograph a black hole in the center of a galaxy is like trying to photograph a donut on the surface of the moon. Even our best telescopes weren't powerful enough. So, humanity did something beautiful. We collaborated. We built a telescope the size of the Earth. It is called the Event Horizon Telescope, EHT. It wasn't a single giant dish. It was a network of radio observatories scattered all over the world, from the frozen ice of Antarctica to the high deserts of Chile, from the peaks of Hawaii to the mountains of Spain. For a few nights in April 2017, this signal was the song of two black holes dancing. They were spiraling around each other, closer and closer, faster and faster, until they finally merged into one. In that final moment, they released more energy than all the stars in the universe combined, shaking the fabric of space. That shiver traveled across galaxies, past nebulas and stars, through dust and emptiness, eventually reaching the delicate mirrors of LIGO on Earth. We had heard the universe breathe. We had heard the heartbeat of a black hole. Listen to that thought for a moment. 1 billion years ago, two monsters collided in the dark. They shook the universe. That wave traveled silently, invisibly, through the eons, watching civilizations rise and fall on Earth, waiting for the right technology to feel it. It is a connection that spans time. When we detected that wave, we were touching an event from the deep past. It is a reminder that we are not separate from the cosmos. We are part of its rhythm. The ripples that pass through us are the same ripples that pass through ancient worlds. After hearing the black hole, the next natural step was to see it. We wanted a picture. We wanted to look at the eye of the storm. But this is incredibly difficult. Black holes are, by definition, dark. They are small compared to the vast distances of space. Trying to photograph a black hole in the center of a galaxy is like trying to photograph a donut on the surface of the moon. Even our best telescopes weren't powerful enough. So, humanity did something beautiful. We collaborated. We built a telescope the size of the Earth. It is called the Event Horizon Telescope, EHT. It wasn't a single giant dish. It was a network of radio observatories scattered all over the world, from the frozen ice of Antarctica to the high deserts of Chile, from the peaks of Hawaii to the mountains of Spain. For a few nights in April 2017, all these telescopes looked at the same object at the same time. They worked together as one giant eye, turning the Earth itself into a lens. The object they were looking at was M87*, a supermassive black hole in the center of a galaxy 55 million light-years away. It is a giant. It is 6.5 billion times heavier than our Sun. It is far away, but big enough to be seen. The astronomers waited. The data was recorded on hard drives, pounds and pounds of data, that had to be flown to a central location to be processed by supercomputers. It was a puzzle with 1 billion pieces. And then, on April 10, 2019, the image was revealed. It was an orange ring. A glowing, fuzzy, golden circle set against the black of space. And in the center, a profound, perfect darkness. It looked like a glowing halo, or perhaps a cosmic eye. It was the shadow of the black hole. It was the light from the accretion disk, bent by gravity into a ring, framing the void where the event horizon lies. Seeing that image was a strange feeling. For the first time in history, we weren't just imagining the dark. We were seeing it. It wasn't a monster anymore. It was a shape. It was a geometry. It was elegant. The image matched Einstein's predictions perfectly. The dark circle was exactly the size the math said it would be. The orange ring glowed exactly as the simulations predicted. It was a moment of triumph for the human mind. We had looked at the universe, calculated its secrets, and the universe had nodded back. Yes, it said. You understand me. Look at that image in your mind. The bright orange is the gas, swirling at nearly the speed of light, glowing with heat. The dark center is the point of no return. The contrast between the two is stark, yet they are part of the same system. The light exists only because of the dark. The glow of the disk is fueled by the gravity of the whole. They are partners in a dance. It is a visual representation of balance, light and shadow, order and chaos, energy and emptiness, all existing together in a perfect circle. This image is called M87. But there is another black hole, much closer to home, that is also being imaged. It is Sagittarius A, pronounced A star. It is the supermassive black hole at the center of our own Milky Way galaxy. It is a quiet neighbor. While M87 is a giant blasting a jet of energy across the cosmos, Sagittarius A* is sleeping. It is quiet, flickering gently in the dark. It is the anchor that our solar system orbits around, though we are so far out in the suburbs that we don't feel its pull. Imagine our galaxy, a swirling island of 400 billion stars. And in the very center, a silent, dark king. We orbit this king, completing one circle every 230 million years. We are on a long, slow journey around a sleeping giant. In 2022, the Event Horizon Telescope team also released an image of our own black hole. It was smaller, harder to capture, but there it was, a blurry, glowing ring of gas surrounding the dark heart of our galaxy. Seeing our own center felt different. It wasn't a distant object in another galaxy. It was home. It was the hearth of our cosmic house. These observations teach us something about persistence. It took decades of dreaming, decades of building machines, and decades of waiting to hear a whisper and see a shadow. Science is not about quick answers. It is about patience. It is about standing in the dark for a long time, trusting that your eyes will adjust. And when the light finally comes, it is glorious. The first gravitational wave detection was a chirp. The first image was a ring. But the feeling behind them was all. It was the realization that the universe is not just a chaotic place. It is a place of patterns, rules, and deep beauty that we can actually understand. Think about the technology we built to see these things. LIGO uses lasers bouncing down 4-kilometer-long tunnels, precise enough to measure a change in distance 1,000th the width of a proton. The Event Horizon Telescope used atomic clocks and hard drives and airplanes to turn the whole planet into a camera. We built these tools because we are curious. We are explorers. We want to know what lies beyond the horizon. And in the process of looking out, we learn to look in. We learn to listen to the silence. We learn to appreciate the subtle vibrations of the world. As we lie here, floating in our thoughts, we can emulate this technology. We can turn our own attention inward. We can use our breath like a laser, precise and steady, to measure the vibrations of our own body. We can listen for the gravitational waves of our own emotions, the ripples that pass through our consciousness. We don't need to fear them. We can observe them, just like LIGO observes the ripples of space. We can see the dark center of our own minds, not as a scary void, but as the source of our gravity, the anchor of our being. We have heard the song of the merger. We have seen the portrait of the shadow. We have moved from myth to math, from math to machines, and from machines to miracles. The black hole is no longer a ghost. It is a neighbor. It is a citizen of the cosmos, playing by the rules that Einstein wrote down on paper so long ago. The universe feels less mysterious in one way. We know what the dark is, but it feels more mysterious in another. How can something so violent be so beautiful? How can something so destructive be so creative? This is the duality of the cosmos. It is both the destroyer and the creator. It is both the darkness and the light. And we are the observers, the lucky middle children who get to watch the show. We are the universe experiencing itself. When LIGO felt the ripple, the universe felt it through LIGO. When the EHT took the picture, the universe looked at itself through the EHT. We are the eyes and ears of existence. Close your eyes and visualize that golden ring again. The orange glow of the gas, the perfect black circle in the middle. That black circle is not empty. It is full of potential. It is the silence between the notes of the music. It is the pause between the beats of the heart. Without the black center, there is no ring. Without the silence, there is no sound. Allow yourself to rest in that center. Allow yourself to be the dark space at the middle of your own glowing ring of life. Your thoughts are the gas, swirling and bright. But your true self is the stillness at the center. Watch your thoughts spin. Watch them glow. But know that you are the watcher, the silence, the shadow. We have come so far on this journey. We have traveled from the edge of the horizon to the birth of stars, through tunnels of time and waves of gravity, and now we have stood before the image of the impossible. We have seen the dark. We have heard the whisper. But there is one final piece of the puzzle to explore. We have seen the black holes, but where do they fit in the grand story of us? How do these giants relate to the tiny specks of dust that we are? In our final segment, we will explore the scale of the universe and our place within it. We will look at how black holes shape the galaxies we live in and how, perhaps, one day, humanity might use them not just to look at, but to travel to. We will bring our journey full circle, from the vastness of the cosmos back to the warmth of your bed. But for now, hold on to the image of the golden ring. Let it float in your mind. Let the silence of the black hole fill your thoughts. You are safe. You are seen. You are part of this beautiful, breathing universe. Drift. Listen. And be at peace. We have come a long way together. We started in the quiet embrace of the event horizon, watching time slow and light bend. We witnessed the fiery birth of a star and its transformation into a silent giant. We dreamed of tunnels through time and the birth of new universes hidden in the dark. And we opened our eyes to see the golden ring of M87*, hearing the whisper of gravitational waves that traveled a billion years to find us. We have explored the science, the mystery, and the magic. Now, in our final moments together, let us pull back the camera. Let us look at the biggest picture of all. Let us see where we fit in this vast, dark story. For a long time, we thought black holes were just destroyers. We thought they were the villains of the cosmos, eating stars and crushing matter. But modern astronomy has taught us a different truth. It turns out that black holes might be the creators. They might be the reason galaxies exist at all. Think of a black hole not as a monster in the dark, but as a seed. Just as a tiny acorn holds the blueprint for a mighty oak tree, a black hole holds the blueprint for a galaxy. In the early days of the universe, shortly after the Big Bang, there were vast clouds of gas and hydrogen. These clouds were diffuse, spread out like thin fog. They wanted to collapse into stars, but they were too spread out. They needed something to pull them together. Something to give them a center. That is where the black holes came in. Perhaps they were formed from the collapse of the very first generation of stars, or perhaps they formed directly from the dense gas. Either way, they became anchors. Imagine a swirling cloud of dust. In the center, a tiny, heavy black hole sits. It is quiet, but it is hungry for gravity. It pulls the cloud inward. The gas starts to spin around it. As it spins, it forms the accretion disk we talked about. It gets hot. It gets bright. And eventually, the gas in the disk starts to clump together. Those clumps become stars. Billions of stars. The black hole acts like a spindle, spinning the galaxy into existence. It is the architect. It is the heart that pumps life into the body of the galaxy. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, likely started this way. Our black hole, Sagittarius A*, is relatively quiet now, but billions of years ago, it was likely active. It was feasting on gas, blasting energy, and helping to birth the generations of stars that eventually led to our sun. If it weren't for that dark anchor in the center, our solar system might not have formed. The Earth might not be here. And you might not be lying here, listening to these words. It is a humbling thought to realize that the dark, silent thing in the center of the galaxy is the reason we are here. We are children of the dark, born from the gravity of the void. Let us consider the scale of this architecture. The universe is big. It is terrifyingly big. Our galaxy is just one island in a cosmic ocean of trillions of galaxies. And at the center of almost every major island, there is a dark king. It means the universe is filled with black holes. There are stellar black holes scattered like dust, and supermassive ones anchoring every island. They are everywhere. They are the framework upon which the universe is built. When we look at the scale, it is easy to feel small. We are so tiny. A single human is a speck on a rock, orbiting a star, orbiting a black hole, in a galaxy orbiting a cluster of galaxies. We are small. But being small is not a bad thing. Think about the atoms in your body. They are tiny too. But they build your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams. Small things hold big ideas. Similarly, we, the tiny humans, are part of the universe's self-awareness. We are the way the universe looks at itself and wonders. We might be small, but we are made of star stuff, and we are held together by the same gravity that holds the galaxies. There is a beautiful symmetry here. At the very small scale, inside atoms, we have electrons orbiting a nucleus. They are quantum clouds of probability. At the very large scale, stars and galaxies orbit black holes. The universe repeats its patterns. The micro and the macro are mirrors of each other. You are a reflection of the cosmos. The atoms in your heart are dancing to the same rhythm as the stars in the galaxy. You are not separate from the vastness. You are just a smaller version of it, a compact universe contained within your skin. Let us look towards the future. What does the future hold for these giants and for us? The universe is getting older. Stars are burning through their fuel. New stars are being born, but eventually, the supply of gas will run out. The universe will become darker. The era of starlight will fade. In this deep future, trillions and trillions of years from now, the black holes will inherit the cosmos. The stars will have died, turned into white dwarfs or neutron stars, and even those will cool and fade. But the black holes will remain. They will be the last lights in the dark. Some theories suggest that in this very distant future, intelligent life, if it survives, might migrate to black holes. They might build Dyson spheres, not around stars, but around the accretion disks of black holes, harvesting the immense energy released by the falling gas. They might use the gravity of black holes to slow down their time, living in the moments near the horizon to extend their existence into eternity. It sounds like science fiction, but it is a comforting thought. It suggests that black holes might not just be tombs, but refuges. They might be the long-term homes for consciousness in a dying universe. But we don't need to worry about the heat death of the universe tonight. We have our own immediate future to attend to. Our own sun will shine for billions more years. Our black hole will keep our galaxy spinning steadily. We are safe in the middle of the timeline. We are in the stelliferous era, the age of stars. We are surrounded by light and life. As we come to the end of our journey, let us reflect on the nature of the void. We started with the idea that darkness is scary. But I hope tonight has shown you that darkness is peaceful. Black holes are the rest stops of the universe. They are where matter goes to stop spinning, to stop burning, and to just be. They are the ultimate state of rest. They are the universe sleeping. And just as the universe sleeps, so must you. You have absorbed the facts, the theories, and the images. You have traveled through space and time in your mind. Now, let those thoughts settle. Let them sink in like the matter settling into the accretion disk. You don't need to hold them anymore. You don't need to analyze them. You just need to feel the weight of them, the gravity of them, pulling you gently into a state of relaxation. Imagine the supermassive black hole at the center of it all. It is pulling everything towards it, not to destroy it, but to hold it together. Feel that pull on your own body. Not a violent pull, but a gentle one. The mattress is pulling you down. The gravity of the earth is hugging you. You are anchored. You are secure. You cannot float away. You are held by the universe itself. Listen to the silence around you. Just as a black hole absorbs sound, let your room absorb the noise of the day. Let the hum of the refrigerator, the traffic outside, the ticking of a clock, they are all just background radiation. They are the static of the universe. Focus on the deep silence underneath. The silence that is always there, waiting for you. That is the silence of the void. Breathe in. You are breathing in stardust. Breathe out. You are breathing out the day. Inhale, the mystery of the cosmos. Exhale, the worries of the world. Your thoughts are orbiting you now. Don't chase them. Just watch them pass like stars in the night sky. One by one, they are fading. The science is fading. The facts are fading. The only thing left is the feeling. The feeling of drifting. The feeling of floating in the dark. Safe. Warm. Quiet. You have listened to the sleepy facts. You have traveled from the edge of the horizon to the center of the galaxy. You have looked into the face of the infinite and found it smiling back. Now, the journey is complete. There are no more questions to ask. No more answers to seek. There is only the gentle rhythm of your existence, slowing down, matching the rhythm of the black hole. Slow. Deep. Eternal. Let the dark embrace you. It is not scary. It is a blanket of infinite softness. It is the velvet of the night sky wrapped around your mind. You are a point of light in a dark universe, and that is exactly where you are meant to be. You are part of the whole. You are connected to the gravity of the stars. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the cosmos. I hope these facts have helped you unwind, helping you find the quiet center within yourself. If these sleepy explorations brought you comfort, perhaps you'll join me again for another gentle journey into the mysteries of existence. There are so many wonders left to dream about: the oceans, the atoms, the history of the earth. But that is for another night. For now, simply let go. Let the facts dissolve into dreams. Let the images blur into the dark. You are drifting. You are falling. Not into destruction, but into rest. Into the deepest, most peaceful sleep you have ever known. The universe is vast, and it is holding you. The silence is deep, and it is singing to you. The night is long, and it is yours. Sleep well. Sleep deeply. And good night.